हे गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू चैनल गो फॉर एग्रीकल्चर। तो आज हम इस लेक्चर से अरुण कत्यान वॉल्यूम 2 लेक्चर सीरीज स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं। सो वी हैव ऑलरेडी कंप्लीटेड अरुण कत्यान वॉल्यूम 1 सक्सेसफुली एंड वी हैव covered all the topics in volume 1 and also we have seen different types of questions like MCQ, Q&A series, etc. So same with that Josh, let's start with our Arun Katyan volume 2 series. So आज का एजेंडा है वाटर रिलेशन। सो इसमें बहुत सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स है। ये तो बेसिकली प्लांट फिजियोलॉजी से रिलेटेड है। सो चलो अब शुरू करते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है प्लांट फिजियोलॉजी। वाओ। सो प्लांट फिजियोलॉजी इज द स्टडी ऑफ फंक्शनल एक्टिविटीज़ ऑफ प्लांट्स। ओके, सो प्लांट फिजियोलॉजी बेसिकली प्लांट्स में फंक्शनल एक्टिविटीज़ जो है उससे रिलेटेड है। ओके, सो थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ ऑस्मोसिस वाटर एंटर्स टू द प्लांट। सो बेसिकली फॉर द प्लांट्स वाटर इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो पहले वाटर इज़ इंपॉर्टेंट वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन through which process water enters the plant or how the water travels in the plant and sometimes transpiration भी होगा. So these are the three process. पहला how the water enters into the plant. So enter करने के बाद how it will move towards each and every part of the plant. Sometimes the water may escape. How that happens? So ये तीनों process जो है, so ये तीनों process के लिए एक name है. So थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ ऑस्मोसिस वाटर एंटर्स इनटू द प्लांट। सो ये रूट सिस्टम में रूट हेज जो है, सो दीज रूट हेज दे विल टेक अप द वाटर। सो यहाँ पे एक प्रोसेस इन्वॉल्व है, इट इज़ द ऑस्मोसिस। ओके, सो वाटर एंटर होने के बाद द वाटर शुड मूव टू द ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट ऑफ द प्लांट। सो इसमें एसेंट ऑफ सैप और ट्रांसलोकेशन ऑफ सैप का रोल है, और तीसरा ट्रांसपिरेशन, इट इज़ द लॉस ऑफ वाटर। सो डोंट वरी, वी विल take a deeper look at each and every topic. इसलिए in today's lecture we will be focusing only on osmosis. Osmosis में like what are the most important role, इसमें कुछ pressure है जैसे osmotic potential, turgor pressure, ऐसे बहुत सारे what will say topics है. We will cover each and every one of them. Okay. The term osmosis was given by Abbé Nolil. So पहले osmosis क्या होता है? Osmosis का मतलब it's the movement of solvent from lower concentration of a solution to the higher concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. So let me explain you with the help of a picture. So आप यहाँ पे एक picture देख सकते हो. Oh sorry. Okay. So इस picture में basically दो solutions है. एक है 10% शुगर सोल्यूशन और दूसरा है 2% शुगर सोल्यूशन. सो वी ऑलरेडी नो, आई मीन हम डेफिनेशन से पता चल रहा है कि द मूवमेंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट फ्रॉम लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू हायर. इसका मतलब द सॉल्वेंट विल मूव फ्रॉम द लोअर टू हायर. सो इस पिक्चर में आप देख सकते हो, एक है 10% और दूसरा है 2%. ओके, वन इज द 10% और दूसरा है 2% ऑफ वाटर सोल्यूशन. सो यहाँ पे बीच में सेमी परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन भी है. ओके, सो यहाँ पे क्लोज्ड बैरियर है, मीन्स दे हैव क्लोज्ड. इसका मतलब दिस सोल्यूशन कांट एंटर दिस वन या दिस सोल्यूशन कांट एंटर दिस वन. इट मीन्स द बैरियर इज क्लोज्ड. सो अब इस पिक्चर में देखिए, द बैरियर इज ओपनड. सो क्या आप कैन यू लिटरली अंडरस्टैंड बाय द डेफिनीशन कि द सॉल्वेंट विल मूव फ्रॉम लोअर टू हायर. इसका मतलब इस केस में दिस सॉल्वेंट जो है यहाँ पे विच डायरेक्शन इट विल मूव, व्हाट डू यू थिंक? लोअर टू हायर का मतलब बेसिकली 2% टू 10%. इसका मतलब दिस 2% ऑफ सोल्यूशन विल मूव टूवर्ड्स द 10% सोल्यूशन. ठीक है, सो दिस इट इज मूविंग फ्रॉम लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. इसलिए देर इज इंक्रीज लेवल ड्यू टू ऑस्मोसिस. यहाँ पे दोनों लेवल्स इक्वल है, लेकिन व्हेन द बैरियर इज ओपनड दिस लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन वन मूव्ड टूवर्ड्स द हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, हेंस इट लेड टू इंक्रीज इन द लेवल ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन. और इस केस में दीज आर पास इनटू द सेमी परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन इटसेल्फ. ऑस्मोसिस में सेमी परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन का रोल है. So it's nothing but the movement of solvent from lower to higher through semi-permeable membrane. Simple. This is osmosis. Clear? Okay. Next, the pressure required to stop osmosis. देखिए, when the when the lower concentration is moving towards the higher concentration, so ये movement को रोकने के लिए हमें pressure चाहिए. We need pressure, some pressure to stop the movement. That pressure is called as osmotic pressure or the osmotic potential. The pressure required to stop osmosis when a solution is separated from pure water by semi-permeable membrane. इसको हम osmotic pressure और osmotic potential कहते हैं. Okay, so osmosis means movement of solvent from lower to higher through semi-permeable membrane. लेकिन ये osmosis को रोकने के लिए हमें कुछ pressure चाहिए. That pressure is the osmotic pressure or the osmotic potential. Osmotic pressure or osmotic potential. Next, water potential is the part of, okay, sorry, ये तो it's not water potential, it's the osmotic potential, actually my mistake. This is the osmotic potential, OP means this only. Okay, so osmotic potential is a part of water potential which becomes negative with the addition of solutes. अगर एक solution में solutes का number ज़्यादा है then the osmotic potential will becomes negative. Simple. Okay, so if the number of solutes is more in a solution during the movement from lower to higher concentration, इस केस में osmotic potential होगा negative. So osmotic potential is the negative of osmotic pressure, anything. Okay, next is the ability of cell to draw water is called as a diffusion pressure deficit. So the ability of the cell to draw water का मतलब हम ऐसे कह सकते हैं कि absorb और taking the water, ऐसे कह सकते हैं drawing the water means. So the ability of cell to draw water is called DPD, diffusion pressure deficit. So ये DPD term was introduced by Mayer in 1938. So ये DPD में basically दो terms होते हैं, एक है टर्गर प्रेशर TP और दूसरा है वॉल प्रेशर WP. सो ये दोनों टर्म्स का हम देखेंगे. सो यहाँ पे आप एक पिक्चर दे सकते हो ना with the name of turgor pressure. So this is the cell wall. Okay, this is the cell wall. This is the cell wall and this is the cell solution inside. Matrix, cytoplasm ये सब होंगे. Okay, so when the pressure is applied by the solution on the cell wall means अगर pressure इस direction में है, sorry, oh, okay, मैं फिर से draw करती हूँ, just give me a minute. So this is the cell wall and this is the cell solution. So if the pressure is applied from the inside means if the cell solution applies the pressure on the cell wall, इसको हम टर्गर pressure कहते हैं. If a pressure is exerted by the solution on the cell wall which is developed due to osmotic diffusion of water, इसको हम टर्गर pressure कहते हैं. If in case in reverse, if the reverse happens like when the cell wall exerts pressure on the cell solution, इसको हम wall pressure कहते हैं because cell wall is acting, cell wall is creating a pressure on the cell solution, इसलिए हम इसको wall pressure कहते हैं. If the cell solution exerts the pressure on cell wall, if the pressure is from inside, इसको हम टर्गर pressure कहते हैं. If the pressure is from outside means through cell wall, इसको हम wall pressure कहते हैं. Simple. Okay, clear. So हम ऐसे कह सकते हैं कि टर्गर pressure is the negative of wall pressure means TP is equal to minus WP. Okay, just remember this. So if the pressure is from inside, इसको हम टर्गर pressure कहते हैं. If the pressure is from outside, इसको wall pressure कहते हैं. Wall pressure means the cell wall will exert the pressure on the cell solution from outside to inside. Okay, so हाँ, wall pressure or the hydrostatic pressure is inward pressure given by cell wall on the cell solution, as I've told you before. So if the pressure is from inside, it's called turgor pressure. If the pressure is from outside, it is called as wall pressure. Okay, so next here, water potential is the sum of osmotic potential and wall pressure. So WP is equal to osmotic potential OP plus PP. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो water potential, yeah, it is denoted by psi W is equal to psi S plus psi P plus psi M. Psi S का मतलब it is the osmotic potential, psi P is the pressure potential, means by the Targar pressure. Osmotic potential is by the solutes. We know, like now to stop the osmosis कुछ pressure चाहिए, it is the osmotic potential. Matrix potential is contributed by matrix. We know matrix, it's the part of the cytoplasm which is present inside the cell. ठीक है. So psi W water potential is equal to osmotic potential plus pressure potential plus matrix potential M. Okay, so you can also write like this agar if some problems are given to you in order to solve, you can directly write it as water potential is equal to OP plus PP. हाँ, लेकिन this formula is mostly not used in order to solve the problems. इसके अलावा this formula we will use. So you may think यहाँ पे WP है, OP है, PP है, लेकिन how the osmotic potential, Targar and diffusion pressure deficit came? You may think. Let me just explain you that. So as I've already told you before, diffusion pressure deficit is none other than water potential, like a negative water potential. Let me just write down here. dPd is the negative water potential. Okay, so we know osmotic pressure is basically in the negative value because in the previously we have learned about it. Let me just show you where. Here osmotic potential is the negative osmotic pressure. Okay, next है PP, pressure potential. This is equal to Targar pressure. So simple, you just have to substitute these values. Okay, so देखेंगे. So WP means it's the DPP. इसका मतलब माइनस DPD is equal to OP is simply equal to minus of OP. Okay, osmotic pressure is equal to minus of osmotic potential, so is equal to minus of OP plus PP is equal to positive Targar pressure, TP. So agar if you substitute it and if you solve it, you will get this one. OP is equal to TP plus DPD. Okay, see when this TP goes this side, it will have the negative value, and if we multiply both the LHS and RHS with negative, it will be positive. Hence OP is equal to TP plus DPD. You just have to remember this. Diffusion pressure deficit ka matlab it's a negative water potential. Okay, osmotic pressure is the negative osmotic pressure. Kyunki if we go on adding the solutes in a solution, then the osmotic pressure will be negative. इसलिए osmotic pressure is equal to negative of osmotic potential. Next step, pressure potential is equal to positive of Targar pressure, क्योंकि दोनों same ही है. Okay, so this is the formula. Osmotic potential or osmotic pressure is equal to Targar pressure plus diffusion pressure deficit. Okay, next. So wait, you just have to remember this formula. It is very important because now we are going to solve a problem. Remember, osmotic pressure is equal to Targar pressure plus DPD, diffusion pressure deficit. So now I'm going to give you a question. So I'll just dictate it. So basically दो cells हैं. Let me just write the values here. Okay, so दो cells है A and B, two cells A and B. So cell A का osmotic pressure है 10 atm. Okay, और TP है 4 atm. Next B का OP is the 18 atm and TP is 6 atm. So now I want you to tell me the the values of the osmotic potential, the osmotic pressure, and also tell me from which cell the osmosis occurs. जैसे from A cell to B cell या B cell to A cell. You just you can just pause this video and just do it. This is 6 atm and this is the 18 atm. Okay, so for A, osmotic pressure is 10 atm, Turgor pressure is 4 atm. For B, osmotic pressure is 18 atm, Turgor pressure is 6 atm. You just have to substitute them and do it. Okay, so let me give you a hint also. If you want, you can calculate the water potential, means the negative of dpd, or आप directly dpd कर सकते हो. anything is fine, because if you calculate the water potential, then the values will be negative, क्योंकि dpd is equal to negative of water potential, no, इसलिए. So if you calculate water potential, values will be negative. If you calculate in dpd, values will be in positive. Anything is fine. So you just have to substitute them and do it. You can just pause the video. Till then I'll go forward with the answer. So this is the answer you can see. So we just have to substitute it. As I've told you before, अगर आप WP से करोगे, the answer will be negative, which is 6 minus 6 atm. अगर आप DPD से करोगे, it will be 6 atm, positive only. You just have to substitute it. Okay, so A cell के लिए it is 6 or minus 6, और B cell के लिए it is 12 or minus 12, anything. So if you want to choose DPD, so आप 6 और 12, इसका मतलब A है 6 और B है 12. So now you tell me, from which cell does the osmosis takes place? It's A to B, क्योंकि solvent will move from lower to higher. यहाँ पे lower है A और higher है 12, means B. So it will go from A to B cell. Osmosis will occur from A to B cell. और हाँ, एक और बात है, when the TP increases, if the Turgor pressure increases, diffusion pressure deficit will decrease. If the TP increases, DPD will decrease. You just have to remember this. Okay, so you just got the solution. Remember, water potential is the negative of dpd, or dpd is the negative of water potential. You can just take anything you want, anything. अगर आप dpd से calculate करोगे, then they will go from A to B, क्योंकि दोनों positive ही है. So 6 is bigger than 12. अगर आप WP से करोगे, if you do with the help of water potential, A है -6 और B है -12. A is -6 or B is -12. Means which one is bigger, -6 or -12? Which one is bigger? -6 is bigger. So that basically means they will go from -12 to -6. Because negative values में the one with, the lowest with the minus is the higher, no? So इसलिए. So आप simply DPD consider करो. It will be very useful for you. It is very easy for you. Okay. So you can just go back to it and you can just solve it. Okay. So this is the question. I've wrote it here. Okay. Next, the diffusion of solvent particles into a living cell. See, when the solvent particles या water कुछ भी, if they are traveling into a cell, it is called as endoosmosis. If they are traveling outside, or if they're traveling out of a cell, it is called as exoosmosis. endo का मतलब अंदर, exo का मतलब बाहर. Simple. Okay. So अगर हम role of osmosis के बारे में बात करें, so it have really importance. There are many roles also. So its main role है, plant absorb large amount of water from the soil. So if the plants absorb water from the soil, the process is through diffusion only. And also the movement of water, distribution of water across the cells is also due to osmosis. And also Turgor of the guard cells is absolutely essential. देखो cells में guard cells, companion cells ऐसे होते हैं. So for those guard cells, Turgor pressure is very important. So Turgor pressure का मतलब cell solution, it exerts pressure on the cell wall, अंदर से बाहर. The pressure. Okay. So और factors भी है for the osmotic pressure, जैसे ionization of the solute molecules, because if the ionization increases the number of solute particles, और temperature भी है इसमें, there is a role of temperature also. If the osmotic pressure increases with increase in temperature, basically they are like directly proportional. ऐसे बहुत सारे role है, और these are the most important role of osmosis. ठीक है, like the take up of the water mainly occurs through osmosis, or the movement or distribution of water is through osmosis. And also it is mostly useful to keep the plants healthy turgidity के लिए. And also it helps in maintaining their form. ऐसे बहुत सारे रोल है. So guys, this is all about osmosis. So in this we have studied about what is osmosis. There are some of the terms: osmotic pressure, potential, diffusion pressure deficit, or half the osmotic pressure is equal to negative of osmotic potential, and half the dpd is negative of water potential. These all we have learned. And Targa pressure, of course, Targa pressure and the wall pressure and their formula, right? Because OP, osmotic pressure, is equal to Targa pressure plus dpd. This is the mostly used formula for the questions. Okay, so this is it, guys. In today's lecture we have seen the first subtopic of the water relation, which is osmosis. And next lecture we will see the imbibition, plasmolysis, absorption of water, etc, etc. So thank you for watching, guys. If you have any queries, you can ask us on Instagram page, or you can post in the comment section. And yes, you can also download this PPT from our Telegram channel, Go for Agriculture. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.